Back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show, last 9 minutes or so of our broadcast today on this election day, Tuesday, November 8th. And for those of us that have not yet voted, or in my case, my ability to vote twice, we'll be voting today. For the rest of you people, just put up with the radio ads a little while longer, and then we'll count all the votes tonight. June Marie, I actually vote twice every election.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you related to the old Mayor Daley?
Well, no, but I am from the Midwest.
No, but he said he was famous for saying, "Vote early, vote often."
That's exactly right. He was a big time political mover and shaker for many years there in Chicago.
Well, he was mayor of Chicago forever and ever and ever.
And some people think he still is. Anyway, June Marie's with us from the Artesia Literacy Council, and wanted to chat with you, see how things are going. People taking advantage of some of the programs that you have available. What would you like to share with us first?
I have a large group of students studying for their GED. I have one group in the mornings that started with me as English language learners, and now they're working on their GED.
Well,
and so sometimes we have a little bit of math and Spanish because that's what they learned it in,
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of translate from into English math. But anyway, they're doing very well. I'm very proud of them. We'll probably be starting to take tests soon to
get the GED.
Start to actually, work on the different steps of the GED.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like social studies is a little harder for them because they studied history in Mexico. They didn't study history in the United States.
Right.
So that makes it a little more challenging. But they do very well. And then I have another group of about 7 in the afternoon. Generally I have, I guess it's 8, but generally I have about half of that to 3/4, 6 of them. So we do, the GED's doing really well. I also have 3 students working on English as a second language, but it's usually that used to be always my larger component.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2/3 of my students would be working on English, but now it's the other way. I've got probably 90% working on their GED, and then the other 10% working on their English and citizenship. So it's.
Let me ask you this question, because I'm sad to say I've lived here many years now, and I'm still an English speaker. Never spoken Spanish. Never have not tried to learn Spanish. Which language is the more difficult to learn? Is it the English language or the Spanish language, in your opinion?
I think English is. I have trouble with the past tense in Spanish, but I can make myself understood pretty well, and they don't laugh too hard at me.
Well,
but
good
English.
For you.
I had a teacher in linguistics one time describe English as the bastard child of a Norman French father and an Anglo-Saxon mother. And it's pretty much that way. Some of our words come from French, and some of our words come from the Old English, and so some of the rules don't make sense consistently.
Well, it seems like
another thing that would help me a lot, Dee, we now are about to get a grant where we can pay. We've gotten one where I've got it set up to. But then there's another grant coming where I can pay tutors to work with us, and we've set it up where I could have 2 tutors that would come and work with me 2 hours Monday through Thursday a day, and they'd make basically $120 for those 8 hours.
Wow! So what
it would be.
What background do you need to have to qualify for that type of position?
Well, they're basically for English. You need to be fluent in English. You do not necessarily need to speak Spanish, because you can work around that with the program.
Right.
Because sometimes they say no, don't. But then for the GED, I would like you to have your own GED or be a high school graduate. And of course, if you have college, that's a plus.
Okay.
But it's not a requirement.
Okay. So if people want to inquire about maybe applying for those positions, just reach out to you?
Right. Yeah. Come by the office. Call the office. In fact, I think there's a tutor app on the website. You can go to the artesialiteracycouncil.org and fill out that application. But please get in touch with me and let's get this process started, because it'll be a benefit to my students as well as to me being able to do my paperwork. I want this, but I'd rather them do the paperwork and me get
Yeah, and then when you get done doing all that paperwork, come down and help Tana with her paperwork, and then we'll.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to do that.
There you go. One thing I did want to ask you, are you still, is the Artesia Literacy Council still an Amazon Smile
Yes, we are.
Program member?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
A lot of folks...
It's a really nice help for us when you do that. Every little bit, they actually put it directly into our checking account, and it can be quite a bit, depending on if somebody ordered say a printer or something like that, that's pretty expensive. That would, with Amazon, and had us as a Smile, that would make it's a real complicated. It's sort of complicated percentage-wise, but it's like, if it was a $300 printer, we'd get $15 for your $300 printer.
Okay, that's a pretty decent amount. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it, and it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't change your actual cost for the item.
Right. But a percentage of your purchase is donated to the organization of your choice through the program, and Artesia Literacy Council is one of the many programs you can choose if that's something you want to do.
And as you're looking at starting to look for Christmas, and if you're going to end up using Amazon to do the shopping, well then definitely list us as your Amazon Smile group, and then we'll get a little bit of the money that way. It's a good thing. I especially like the fact that you don't have to be extra good-hearted and give us extra money.
Yeah.
You want to support them, you can, but it'll be $10 extra. No, they don't do that to you.
Right. Yeah. It's not a checkbox, and then you have to pay additional money. It's a percentage of the normal. Whatever the price is that you would pay, whatever it is, it's a percentage of that amount that is donated to the charity that you designate.
And look at it, I like to think we're reducing Amazon's profits a little bit, although I appreciate Amazon doing this. But, it's the same price whether you give it to somebody or not. So the giving to somebody is a good thing. So
that's right.
Yeah, we're doing, things are going really well, of course, and we can always use contributions just on the rate whenever you think about it, folks, because every little bit keeps us on an even kilter. Some of our contributions come, we had a really nice our general fundraising in the summer, and pretty soon I'll be sending out Christmas cards with a reminder that, gee, we'd appreciate a Christmas present from you.
Yeah.
And it's official, Gene. As I was driving down Hermosa today, I saw Christmas decorations up.
Oh, I've started to see them last weekend, and
oh wow, I didn't see them that soon, but I did see one today. It was like, oh well, yeah, there isn't another holiday. We don't ever hardly talk about Thanksgiving anymore.
No, and it's kind of sad. And there's one not far that I drive by every day. And it's a ginormous, 30-foot tall inflatable Santa. And I thought, well, that's really, really neat. Put it up in 3 weeks, not now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But, over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And what was it? the one about it's an old hymn. Now we're safely gathered in. Anyway, I can't think of it. Bringing in the sheaves.
Yeah, we gather together, and I know what you're talking about. So,
yeah, ask the Lord's blessing. Mason, I can accept the title. It's just not coming to me.
Yeah. I usually use it in a commercial or two that we run this time of year. Well, hey, we're at the end of the time slot. Was there anything else you wanted to mention before we finish up today?
Well, I do want to say how excited I am to have a consistent groups working so hard toward the GED. Some of them in the past have not been as dedicated as this bunch is. We have a good bunch that are very dedicated.
Good.
And I so appreciate you talking to us, Gene. I'm sorry for all the confusion where we didn't catch each other.
But that's okay.
And the other couple of months. But I appreciate you. I appreciate the radio station so much, because a lot of times that's where people have just heard us talking and been kind because of that. So that's your donations are worth, your time donations are worth a lot to us. We appreciate you.
And your website, is that probably the best place to reach out and learn more? Is it the Artesia Literacy Council.org?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and it even has a little bit about the tutor positions. It's Artesia Literacy Council, all one word, .org.
Excellent. Jim,
and
yes.
If you have any problems with the link, since we had to rebuild the wheel at the beginning of the year for our webpage and our emails, let me know. Call me and use the phone number instead.
Very good. Got to go, but June Marie, thank you so much.
I need to know those things.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Gene. Appreciate you.
Talk to you again soon. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that's going to be it for the radio show.